As everybody knows at this point, on Monday evening, Judge Juan Merchan indeed expanded the gag order against Donald Trump, saying that Donald Trump can no longer attack the family members of anyone, including this time both the judge and the prosecutors. He is still allowed to freely attack the judge. He can attack prosecutor Alvin Bragg, but he cannot go after their families or the families of anyone else associated with this trial. That, of course, came as a major blow to Donald Trump because he has spent the last week attacking the judge's daughter, and even after the expanded gag order, Donald Trump once again attacked the judge's daughter, which would appear, based on what I see, to be a very clear violation of the gag order. So as I said, the gag order was expanded Monday evening, which means it immediately goes into effect right that moment. On Tuesday morning, Donald Trump shared a clip from Fox News, and Trump wrote, Jonathan Turley, quote, "The integrity of the New York legal system is at stake here," followed by a 6-minute clip from that morning of Fox and Friends, where host Brian Kilmeade, in the clip Trump shared, said this: "They don't want him talking about prosecutor Matthew Colangelo. They don't want him talking about the judge's daughter. But Matthew Colangelo was in the Justice Department with Joe Biden. That is outrageous to President Trump. Also, the fact is, the judge's daughter is an activist who works for Kamala Harris, and there was some dispute on whether she did have a picture up on a website with Donald Trump behind bars. That, to me, is something that if I'm Donald Trump, I'm concerned about that. The judge has a daughter who feels this way." Now, here's the thing. That didn't happen. It has been confirmed that that Twitter account does not actually belong to the judge's daughter. So here is Brian Kilmeade once again lying about the judge's daughter that Donald Trump then shared. So that is a false attack on the judge's daughter. That is why, and that reason alone is why this, to me, appears to be a clear violation of the gag order. Had Brian Kilmeade not been a total dumbass and just said, listen, we think the judge's daughter may have some conflicts of interest. She is not, for the record, an activist of Kamala Harris. That's not what she does. She works for a group called Authentic Campaigns. Authentic Campaigns runs campaigns. And yeah, they work for Democrats. And yeah, back in the day, she worked on the campaign of Kamala Harris. That does not make her an activist for Harris. And that, of course, does not mean that she currently works there. So that's another false attack that Donald Trump shared that is not relevant to the case because it is a lie. And that is the key. See, the judge in the expanded gag order said that Trump cannot attack the family members of the judge or the prosecutors if those attacks, if they are not relevant to the case. So he could have suggested that the daughter simply had a conflict of interest, that, the daughter's job could create a conflict of interest for the judge. If that had been said, that would not have been a violation. But when Kilmeade made the choice to lie about things that have already been debunked and things that have already been explained, and then Donald Trump chose to share it, multiple choices happening there, that's a violation. I do not think the judge should sweep this under the rug. I do not think the prosecutors should let this go. I think the prosecutors need to immediately submit a filing to the judge suggesting Trump violated the order. Please hold him in contempt. And because this is a criminal trial, not a civil trial, contempt, and this is actually according to the judge because he already warned Trump's lawyers about this last week, he can put Donald Trump in jail. Not indefinitely, okay? Not for like 2 months. He can send him there overnight. He can send him there over the weekend if he chooses, but he has that power and he needs to exercise it because clearly Donald Trump is not going to stop.